So if, like us, this year you have had so many tomatoes, partly because we planted a lot of tomato plants, you might not be able to eat them all quick enough. So I'm going to show you how we've been preserving them so that we can use them throughout the winter months. So this is a nice big pot of tomatoes. So we've got some Roma, we've got some Tigerella, I think these are honeycomb, which these are really nice just straight off the plant. We had some Coeur de Boeuf, or Boeuf, however you pronounce it. We had some Black Russian. What else do we have? Garden's Delight, loads of Garden's Delight. No, that's another Roma. Anyway, whichever one you've got, I try and use the Roma ones the most, or the bigger ones, just because it's less tedious cutting them up. But what we're going to do is we're going to de-stalk them, cut them in half, and put them in a baking tray. So I've cut all my tomatoes in half and I've put them in a roasting tray, skin side down, so you have all the insides facing upwards. I'm going to put over some olive oil, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I have just added a little bit, but I'm going to add a little bit more, I think. And then you can roast it with some garlic if you wanted, or onions. But I prefer just to do it plain, and then I can use that and add garlic in depending on what I'm going to use them for. I'm going to put this in the oven at about 200 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes, but you just sort of need to check your oven and check the tomatoes, but it's going to be roughly about that sort of timing. These are the tomatoes fresh out the oven, as you can see the steam coming off them. So that was 30 minutes at 200 degrees. I'm going to stick them in the blender now and blitz them up till they're nice and smooth. Going? Then I just put the sauce in the freezer bag, and then what you can do with this is when you want to use it, so I use this sometimes for meatballs, you can add a little bit of stock to it and make a soup with it, or you can use it for like bolognese or chili or anything like that, anything sort of where you want to use a passata or something like that. I blend up the whole tomatoes, so it's the whole tomatoes in there, and then I'm going to put that in the freezer. So the other way that you can preserve tomatoes, so I've got these ones. These again are a mixture of tumbling toms, some Romas and some honeycomb, and what you can do is you can actually freeze them whole. So I'm going to take the stalks out and just pop them in a freezer bag and just put them in the freezer just like that. So I'm going to take the stalks off, the ones that, some of them have already got the stalks taken off when I picked them, and then I'm just going to put them straight into this freezer bag, just from Tesco. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put these straight in the freezer like that. And then when you want to use them, you just take them out, pop them in whatever you're going to use them in. So maybe you could use them in a soup or in a sauce or something, and just let them defrost and cook like that.